We are about to get this party started. Welcome to the late afternoon show. It's your boy, Tim. We are waiting for folks to come on the live. If you're joining us live on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you know what to do. Let us know where you're joining us from, your state, your city, your country. We got international here today. So we got Croatia in the building here today. So let us know where the Meaningful Work family is joining us from. Let's vibe, baby. I'm playing this fire song because tonight's show is about to be fire, baby. Let us know. Let's go. We're getting started to go. Fire, fire. Just a big shout out to my man Rutledge Long, who hooked us up with the connections today. Shout out to networks. Shout out to people that know people and are willing to invest in the success of others. So big shout out to my boy Rutledge. Let's go. I should have played some Nigerian music. For those that don't know, we just celebrated Nigerian Independence Day, so we got some Afrobeat going. If you didn't know, I am a Nigerian man, so I like to play my Nigerian music. But we're about to jump into our actual late afternoon show vibe because we're going to get started. I see we got some folks joining us here on the live stream on either YouTube or Facebook. If you're joining us on LinkedIn, let us know that you're here. Join us in the chat. We're about to get these vibrations started. Let's go. It's all about the good vibrations on the late afternoon show. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your sisters, your cousins, your coworkers. Text them and say, hey, yo, Tim is on the late afternoon show. Join on. Let's go. We're going to start in about 30 seconds on today's season 4 of the late afternoon show. Let's go, baby. In case you didn't know, we have Travis Smith in the building. We got Trey McLean in the building. We are about to talk about what they're excited about and how all that relates to meaningful work. Give us about 20 seconds. We're going to vibe today. As I was walking by, saw that your book was bright. Yo, I'm going to end it there because I could party on this all afternoon, but we don't got all afternoon. It is 2 a.m. where one of our guests is hailing in from. So we're about to jump right into it. This is a late afternoon show where we talk about meaningful work. We talk to the smartest people that are doing it, operating meaningful work at championship levels, and just a nice way to vibe right in the middle of the week. If there's anything that resonates with you about today's show, please let me know. I am a glutton for feedback. I love feedback, good or bad. Just let me know. Tim at MrMeaningfulWork.com. That is Tim at MrMeaningfulWork.com. You can also join our community by going to MrMeaningfulWork.com. Sign up. You can see some of the cool things that we're doing. But today, we're going to talk about very particularly the people aspect of the Meaningful Work Matrix. I've been talking a little bit about this matrix that we've been building for meaningful work, the Meaningful Work Matrix, which talks about different things that organizations can do to enhance the feeling of or the sense of meaningfulness in the work that their employees or associates do, or what employees and professionals can do for themselves to enhance that feeling of meaningfulness in the work that they're doing. So it includes perfection, and it includes permission, it includes people, and it includes purpose. And so today we're going to be talking specifically about the people aspect, the community aspect, and we are super excited to have with us on the show today. Let me get my audience queued up. We are going to have Mr. Travis Smith and Mr. Trey McClain. Come on, audience. Let's give them a warm welcome to where they at. Hey. Quiet down. Travis, Trey, what's good, my guys?
Hey, what's up, Tim? Thanks for having us.
What's up, bro?
Man, guys, I cannot tell you. I don't know if you guys saw, I did a little dance video earlier today. It was like, I'm so excited, like all through the week. Like, I'm always looking forward to these shows to connect with these folks. And so I did like this little 70s like groovy dance, and I showed it to my kids. Like they were in tears in the car, like, Daddy, what are you doing? I know when they turn like 15 or 16, they're going to be rolling their eyes so hard. Like, dude, you can't be doing this stuff, but I can't help it. I'm excited to connect with you guys. Where are you guys at right now? So I was talking a little bit about international. Troy, where are you at right now, man?
Right now I'm in Split, Croatia. So about 6 hours ahead of the East Coast, 9 hours ahead of you.
For those that don't know where Croatia is, that are geographically challenged, where is Croatia?
So it is a little north of Greece, about east of Italy. So
north of Greece.
Yep.
So when you come back to the States, you're jet lagged coming back over here. How often do you come back to the States?
Man, so it depends on the team, you know what I'm saying, on the breaks that we get. But sometimes I get to come home for Christmas. Sometimes I gotta stay over here for the whole 8 to 10 months.
Yeah.
So I only come home during the summer, but you know, it's the name of the game, man.
It's the name of the game. Mr. Smith, the one and only Mr. Travis Smith. Where are you coming? Where are you joining us from, man?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston, South Carolina. I'm going to be making a stop there on my way to Tennessee tomorrow. So I'm going to be like in the city for a second and then hop out. How is it out there in Charleston today?
It's good, man. You know, good weather. Just chugging along. Along, man. Everything's good. No complaints on this side.
That's what's up. So, guys, we got Carolina Dream Girl coming in. What's up, Carolina Dream Girl? Thanks for checking us out. So I'm going to ask you guys this question. Normally, you can either do like a bio or like I'll read it off, and I put a little bit of our of the bio in our LinkedIn intro. But I want to ask you guys, in your larger circles, in your smaller circles, if somebody's like, yo, who's this Travis Smith dude? Like, what would be the first thing that they say? Like, what is the thing that comes to mind? What are you famous for, Mr. Travis?
I think the first thing would be basketball. But then recent years, I've kind of branched off into doing more, you know, things within the youth community and just being a connector throughout our city and our region and hopefully nationally with you on the West Coast.
Hey, see, we're going all the way from there to the best coast. I like to tell folks it's the best coast, but we're not gonna talk about that, right? We're not gonna
Come on, man. Don't do us like that, nah.
We're not gonna talk about that right now. So basketball, being a connector, community. What about you, Trey? What are you famous for?
I mean, you know, most definitely basketball, man. It's took me this far, so you know, just my playing the game and my love and passion for the game. So that's pretty much what I'm known for. And, I mean, at this point, the 2020 organization. I mean,
the 2020. That's what. And you are. So tell me your role. So the 2020 Youth Organization. That's an organization that the both of you guys both co-founded it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both co-founded it. Trey, you're the president. Travis, you're the vice president. How long has that been going on?
So we got founded in February of 2020. So literally like a month before the pandemic hit, man. We had just got founded. So yeah, man, that everything, is just really just two like-minded individuals coming together, sharing the
Nice.
same passion and love for our community. So we're able to come together and do some good things, man, so far.
So Travis, let me ask you this, man, because I read articles about you, man. Rutledge was like just hyping, was like, yo, you gotta talk to Travis, you gotta talk to
That's
Travis, you
my
gotta
guy.
talk to Travis. And talking about basketball, talking about what you've done for the city, what you've done for your school. But I personally, and this is just the way that I grew up, I never played organized sports like in high school or middle school or anything like that. Like I'll watch it from a distance, but I was never a part of it. And so what would you say to folks that look at basketball or football or any of these sports and say, yo, it's just a game? What would you say to folks to say, yo, how can you get so hype? How can you, create a whole business? You guys are creating a whole business around it. What would you say to those folks to say, yo, basketball is just a game?
Well, I mean, in the easy way to say is it is just a game, but it's sort of a microcosm of life, right? Like there's a lot of little lessons within that game. And so we were able to leverage our knowledge of basketball and create this nonprofit organization to help our community, and that's one of those things. Like there's so many life lessons within the game that me teaching you this skill and how to deal with, a teammate that you don't necessarily get along with is the same thing as if you go into an office building and you have a coworker that you don't necessarily get along with, or like same thing. Like Trey does a good job of, well, all of us try to do a good job at 2020 Youth Organization with giving those parallels. If your coach is essentially your supervisor, if you can't fall in line with what he wants to say, how you ever gonna hold down a job?
Yes.
So I mean that's the shortest answer I could give. I've talked to people about things like this before, and I think not only basketball but all sports, team sports is a good way to introduce kids to a whole lot of life lessons.
What would you say, Trey, for somebody that's saying that basketball is just a game?
Man, I mean, really just gonna piggyback off what Travis said. To me, basketball is a lot like the game of life, man. In the game of life, there's a lot of things that are happening that's really out of your control. And the same in basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in a game, only person I can really control is me, is my reactions to everything and my actions throughout the game. And some things happen faster than others, and all you can do really is just continue to keep pushing. The one thing that basketball has helped me learn about myself and about just going through life, as the president, as a father, as a son, is like, man, sometimes you gotta let things, you gotta let things go and let things happen. And just let things happen, and then you kind of learn, you learn a lesson at that point, man. So
Nice.
It's like I said, it's definitely, like Travis said, we definitely try to find, like, especially with our organization, trying to find a parallel between basketball and life, because like I said, man, I don't think no other sport is, can show those examples like that. In basketball, we don't wear no helmets. We don't got shoulder pads. So people, in the game, when you're in the game, everybody see your facial expressions. They see when you're happy, they see when you're sad. So it's, like I said, it's a lot like life. You go through life, something happens and you make it, or you at work, you're having a bad day, people see, and sometimes you get certain coworkers who might pick at you, some try to pick you up. And that's the same as you're gonna get on the court and playing on, and being a part of a basketball team.
And one thing I'll add to that too, Tim, and Trey hit on it earlier, is like there's been a lot of opportunities and doors that's open for both of us through that little orange ball. And and that's one of those things too. Everybody in all the kids that we touched, we had 200 kids involved in our program, looking for 400 next year. All of them probably ain't gonna get a college scholarship for basketball, but you might be a good artist. You know what I mean? And through this skill of how to get better at basketball, there might be another passion that you have, and we can teach them like, hey, like if you want to be a chef, be the best chef that you could be, and put your time and working on your craft. If you want to be a newscaster, hey, let's set up a way to get you these tools. But I mean, I think all of us have talents, all of us have skills, and we were just able to leverage our basketball talents to build something to help a lot of people.
So I heard 3 things from what both of you guys said. Number one is the life skills that you get from some of the basketball skills, working with a coach, working with a supervisor, working with like your teammates, and just those skills that you learn in working on a team that can translate into professional life. Second thing is the opportunities that it opens up for folks to get access to things that they may have not, been able to get access to. They may have been able to get access to before. And the third thing, it was something that Trey said. Now it's just slipping my mind. Man, now I can't remember. But I'm gonna remember, and I'm gonna write it down because we have like a recap that we do the next day about that. But that's like the best answer as far as like when folks say like it's just a game, it's like no, it's more than just a game. Yes, you can have fun while you're doing, but that there's translatable skills, there's opportunities that come as a result of this. And also for you guys, it's about giving back, right? So a skill that you guys have been able to benefit from. How do we benefit the next generation? We got Rashad saying neighborhood heroes. EL, Travis, and Trey are dropping gems. So we got some community. We got the tribe in the building here, and interpersonal interactions for sure. So I want to ask you guys this because you're both athletes, right? So you guys grew up playing basketball. You're playing basketball professionally now, Trey. Travis, you're coaching. Have any of you guys done entrepreneurship before, like run a business, run a nonprofit? Is this something that you guys have done in the past?
No, man. Like I say, it's really just two like-minded individuals, coming together, and really the way that our whole organization came about is truly, is really the message that we're trying to push across because, like Trav said, it is really the 2020 organization came about really just through, like a basketball, man. I think like if you look at our board and even me and Trav, like we didn't grow up as friends. It's not like we hung out a ton before this. Trav was still playing overseas. He just got done playing, and I was about to start my professional career, and I needed a gym to work out at. So I used to go over to his high school a lot.
Yeah,
where he works at, and just going over there and working out, continuously working out, and sometimes working out with Travis. We formed a relationship, we formed a bond, and that's things that through the game of basketball, that's where that's the opportunity that was provided to both of us. So when the idea came about, like it's not we had no idea what we was getting into. So, but we know at the end of the day that with some faith and with our passion and just our genuinely wanting to do better, like to provide something for kids coming up following our footsteps, just genuinely wanted to provide something like that. We knew that no matter what, we was gonna always be in the right place. Just one thing that we always remind each other, just hey man, long as it benefits the kids, as long as it's genuine and like there's no ulterior motives involved, we can make it happen.
And so I'm going to ask you guys a question about that transition because I think some of our audience members are thinking about, how to do their own thing, right? They've been practitioners in the field. They've been experts. They're either employees somewhere or they're, enthusiasts about something. They're trying to make the jump and saying, hey, maybe I need to start my own thing. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what that transition has been like for you when you guys have learned, especially starting at the top of a pandemic. It's like, all right, we're going to start a business and everything shuts down. Like talking about what that looks like. We're going to do a quick intermission here. We're going to play a game. All right, we're going to play a little game. You guys work with young people, right? You're working with Gen Z. You're working with like these kids. And I want to know how well you guys know the Gen Z language, the slang, All right. So I'm going to read a definition. And folks that are joining us live, if you're on YouTube, all right, so we got a lot of folks here on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, if you're joining us on LinkedIn, let us know that you're in the building. You guys can answer these questions too. So I'm going to read a definition, and you got to tell me what the Gen Z word or slang is. You ready for this?
I think so. Hey, I'll tell you too. I don't know if you ever been to Charleston. We got a whole different dialect. We Geechee people, so we got a whole different. I can't say a bunch of different stuff. I'll let you know that.
I know that's a whole lexicon in of itself. Like I didn't start digging into the Charleston dictionary yet. This is just a generational. So so we'll start off easy. All right. So this is a word to describe someone who likes mainstream things and is considered unoriginal. What's the word for that?
I play basketball, bro.
What's the word if somebody's saying it's something that describes someone who likes just mainstream stuff and is just not original? Just one word. Any ideas? If you're on the stream, let me know if you a
poser. I don't know.
You say you not original?
Not original. It's the word. So the word is
cat, right? It was a cat.
That's you already answered one of the future ones, so now I have to take that question out.
Okay.
But this one was basic.
Basic.
I'm sure you've never heard the definitions like this before, though. Like nobody reads off these definitions.
You know, a dictionary or something like that.
All right, we're gonna do. Let's do another one. Where is it coming up? All right. All right. So here's the definition. A cool sense of style. It can refer to clothes or the way someone carries themselves.
I feel old, man.
Drip.
Yeah.
Boom, you got it.
There you go, Trey.
Drip. Drip. Exactly. It got style, and it could be clothes or how they carry themselves. We'll do two more, and then we'll jump into the other. Okay, here goes one. This is when you stop communicating with someone just out of the blue.
Ghost? There you go. I got
Ghosted.
one. I got one for the team. I finished it all the way ghosting. There you go.
Trey got one. Travis got one. All right, here comes a tiebreaker. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to get one that's relatively medium complexity. Oh, you got some thumbs up. We got some folks that are giving you kudos here. All right, here goes the last one. Why is it not loading up? Okay, here we go. So this is an adjective that describes how great or awesome something is.
Lit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lit.
That's close. It's in the same line.
I know.
I don't know that one either.
I know.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with an S. An adjective that describes how great or awesome something is. Carolina said fire. Nah, it's not fire.
Shit.
S.
I'm gonna give you a hint.
Slaps.
Slaps.
Slaps. I heard that before. I don't think that's our lingo though.
Yeah.
Some of these might be questionable. We'll put a red Q on questionable. Like some of these terms might be questionable. But thanks for playing. We've seen how the language. Next time we'll have to do like Carolina like verbiage, like just like its own thing. Y'all would have to test me so I can know exactly what that is. But I want to ask you guys this one thing before we go into our last question and let you guys go this afternoon or this evening is What would you say has been, I'll ask you, Travis, and then I'll ask you, Trey, what has been the biggest lesson that you have learned from being a coach, being a player, being a practitioner in the field to running your own business? What's one of the biggest takeaways that you've learned, Travis?
I think one of the biggest things I learned is you can't do anything by yourself. You know, I'm pretty a self-motivated person and I'm self-driven, but it takes a team for you to be able to get where you need to be. I mean, we got great leadership with Trey. There's some stuff that I wouldn't have been able to do by myself, and Trey will probably say the same thing on the other end. Like, no matter what you do, you're gonna need help. And just putting that right team around you and having like-minded individuals that you really vibe with and you generally like, anything is possible. Then, I mean, like Trey said earlier, we keep the kids first, and obviously we keep God before that, and we can accomplish a lot of great things. So that teamwork and that sense of community is everything.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you can't do it by yourself. What about you, Trey? What's been the biggest thing you've learned running a business?
Man, so the biggest thing that I've learned, I mean, first and foremost, is just patience.
Patience.
And then, I mean, to really answer that question, I would really say just like going and get the knowledge first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm big.
You say
on
get
that.
the knowledge first?
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
big, like we're big on that. You know, like let's like truly understand like what exactly we're doing here. You know, how can we truly like help the kids in our community? How can we better serve the parents? You know, how can we be serviceable? So I think that's really like the biggest thing, like for us, is like, you know, making sure we obtaining the knowledge on what exactly we're doing, on how things are being ran, you know, on things that we can improve on. And
Yeah.
so I think like that's really like the biggest thing that I learned.
Nice. Autumn is saying she's proud of you guys. We got flowers. People throwing you flowers. And so last question, you know, so over the last year, you guys started top of 2020. I think I started Mr. Meaningful Work around the same time, trying to figure out what meaningful work was for myself, and then to start talking to different people to gather definitions and perspectives on what that looks like. And so I would love to ask you guys, given your experience and the work that you're currently doing in your field, how would you define meaningful work?
I'll let you go first, Trey.
Man, so I would say, you know, meaningful work is definitely you know, just doing something like finding your passion, because, you know, it's meaningful for me, it may not be meaningful for you. So you know, that's the one thing, like we're me and Trav, the one thing that works well with the creation of this was that we're like-minded individuals. So, you know, we found something that was meaningful to us. So we found that passion, we found that lane. And then you know, just making sure at the end of the day is always genuine, you know, just like doing something, but not really like, we don't expect nothing in return. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that we would love to see is the kids that we impact, that they go on to do great things. And eventually, you know, that they're the ones doing podcasts like this, talking about giving back to the community. So, I mean, like for us, that's what's mean. Like for me personally, like that's what's meaningful.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I appreciate that, Trey. What about you, Travis? How would you define meaningful work?
I think Trey kind of hit on the head, but yeah, like any kind of work that you can do to make something better for somebody else. I feel like the and it's relative, right? Something that's meaningful to us might not be meaningful to everybody, but whatever that piece of the pie is in your life, how you can affect change in a positive way for somebody, I feel like that's meaningful work.
I love that. And you guys both, you know, we started at the top of the show talking about the people aspect of the meaningful work matrix. For us, what we've seen is that to experience meaningfulness in the work that you're doing, if you're an employee, if you're an employer, or you're just an enthusiast in a certain area, you got to have these four factors. You have to have permission, which authenticity, that's what was the thing. You can bring, that was the third thing I missed, right? It just finally hit me, was that, you know, you're not, you can bring your full and authentic self because you don't have any pads, like there's no pretense or anything. Like it's just my body, your body, and this is the ball. Like, let's go. And so that talks about that permission side of how do you bring your full self? How do you have ownership in what you do? The perfection, which is talking about, can you pursue mastery? Can you pursue perfection? Not talking about perfectionism like a perfectionist, but how do you try to get better and develop and develop and develop? And do you have an opportunity for that? But what we're talking about today is the people aspect. Like, what's the community that you have around you that knows your strengths, that knows your passions, like you were talking about, Trey, that knows your weaknesses, and can really gather around you to help you get to that next level, to pay it forward. I love what you said as far as, these guys do something great. It may not be in basketball, it could be in something else, but they're going to be helping that next generation as well. And then the last part of the meaningful work matrix is that purpose, right? Something that's bigger than yourself, whether it's your own purpose or aligning with an organization that has a stated and clear purpose. And so, you guys hit a lot on that as far as what meaningful work means to you. A lot of outward, affecting other people, encouraging other people, and that's what makes the work meaningful. So guys, I appreciate it. I want to ask you guys though, for our community, we got your whole tribe that's coming through. Katie's in here, Cassandra's in here, Candace is in here. We got folks that are in here checking us out. What is one thing that our community, the meaningful work community, what can we do that would be helpful for you guys? Is there a website we subscribe to? Is there a link or an article? Like, what's the biggest thing that we can do to help what you guys are doing now?
Yeah, so we got our website, www.the2020youthorganization.org. You can find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the 2020 Youth Organization, and or you can follow our youth league, the 2020 Youth League. You can follow our pages as well. So, I mean, that's really the biggest thing. I mean, we're a community-based organization, local organization. Me and Trav, we started this thing just really because we had a support system that allowed us to get to where we're at. And so we want to create that support system, for athletes in the city that may not necessarily have the same resources. So, the biggest thing that we ask, of anybody is just help us to continue to push the brand, because it's not by me, it's not by Travis, it's the kids that's a part of this organization, that's a part of our programs that benefit the most from it. I mean, nothing that, like, anything that goes on as far as 2020 wise, like I said, it ain't for us.
Yeah.
Like, we just here to create this foundation and hopefully this thing just continues to grow.
Nice. So we'll put a link for the 2020youthorganization.org. Go check it out. Find them on, like I said, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all the different places. Go and support. If we're ever, and it's based in Charleston, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Based, man.
Yeah. So we'll. I heard there's some good eating in Charleston. That's what I heard. You guys
come try it out, man. Let you be the judge of that.
You gotta go get some somebody home cooked food though.
Simone home spot.
You gotta go to somebody's house.
You gotta go to the house. Yeah. You gotta get that home cooking. Yes. I appreciate that. Cool. Well, guys, thank you so much. Yo, guys, check us out next week for another episode of the Late Afternoon Show. If what Trey talked about today, if what Travis talked about today resonated with you, please let us know. Leave it in the comments, leave it in the chat, or email me directly, tim@mrmeaningfulwork.com. Again, that's tim@mrmeaningfulwork.com. We love to hear your feedback. We have another fire guest next week on the Late Afternoon Show, and we just appreciate all. Thank you. Look at that. Katie putting it in the chat. Appreciate you. That's fam right there. That's what I love. The whole tribe showed up. I appreciate that.
Like I said, man, we like just two young brothers, man. So everybody you see, like they know the journey. They know what it took for us to get to this point. So they're just trying to see something that's homegrown, continue to grow.
A lot of love at home. So we'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to sign out, and we'll see everybody next week on the Late Afternoon Show with Tim Millard. You guys take care.
Appreciate it, Tim. Thanks for having us.
All right.